Hi everyone, my name is Yokonia and I'm going to explain on the student record management system in relation to the users that will be using it. In this particular episode, I will cover on the accountants, on how what kind of things they'll be able to do when they log in as accountants, and what are some of the tabs or features inside the accounts as accountants on the system. So without wasting time, I'll log in as an accountant, and briefly this is how the account looks like when an accountant logs in. And you're gonna have three tabs to your left. You're gonna have the finance tab, the registration tab, and the utility tab. And of course, under the finance tab, this is where most of the work is for the accountant. And I'm gonna explain what the dashboard. So in the dashboard, basically it's just a summary on how the finances, all the banking transactions, the current registration of some sort, banking transactions as well. So you'll be able to see all these features in the dashboard. But to be more precise, it will show you even the actual sessions, like from this session to that session. This is how much we fared as an institution. So what are the current sessions? The current sessions of the registered student is this total, and how much I've withdrawn. So basically the dashboard just give you the overall overview, how the institution is faring, financial wise, and of course registration wise. Then in the account statement of course shows you the student history of the student, looking how the student is standing financially with the institution. Student billing, this is a situation where you want a student to pay for a particular service that the institution have. So let's say, for example, that you want to bill a particular student. First thing you should do, you have to give them a bill number or a receipt of some sort, a receipt number of some sort. You bill this number to that student, and when they pay, I'll explain how the student payment and receipt is done. But for now, you can set the billing for a particular student, and in our case we can put, let's say, 20, and when we say create, it actually creates that that bill number. Then we're going to add an item that this amount should be paid in this in this year and session year 2 session 1, and we're going to give it a name that this particular pay is for the exams. Okay, this happens a lot, and there are students who may not have maybe at the time of registration, maybe they didn't have money to pay for the exams, and something has come. So you can set here, is it a registration fee, is it an examination fee, and you put a description here, which is of course up to you. If you want, you can put examinations. Then you say the amount that I want the student to pay 4,000, okay, towards the examinations, and you have to add you need to add, so I'll just say exams. Okay, so I'll just say exams for my description, and I'll add it as okay. So you've seen I've built this student called Akasiwa, a fee of 4,000 towards the examination. And when this student logs in or checks through the financial records, they'll be able to see this amount reflecting on that. So you have to have a code, you bill it, give it a bill number, and of course give it the right details that are needed. Now, if a student has paid and you want to see that transaction, how it went, of course you have to have the receipt number here, which in this case may differ depending on how you as an institution have agreed to set up the order of how you do the receipting of students. So you're gonna have to think that through. You sit as accounts department, you think of ways on how you structure your receipt numbers. Okay. In this case, this person actually has finished studies, So maybe this feature may not really apply to them, because at this point we assume they have finished the payment and the like. But basically, the student billing helps you bill a particular student of the institution, and you can bill them like for, I've explained, for that specific intake. If, for example, you're billing for the exams and the like, so your system will be able to see here. But when they pay, they're gonna bring some sort of proof, which again should be able to reflect into the system. But for a particular student, I don't think that could be practically possible. Nonetheless, this is how you bill a student. You have to issue, if you want to issue another invoice, you can just come there and you give it another receipt number, and so forth and so forth. So you're going to add that, and you create it. Let's say this time, this will pay towards, let's say, the student union, and you just say union for this particular student, and amount, let's say union is just 150. That's how much you charge as a union. So you add. Okay, so of course we have to select the study period on top for that period. Then we're going to add as well, and the union is added. So if I say done here, you will see that the union has also been included, and the total now has risen to that much which the student is required to pay. So this is basically how the student billing will be done. And since for now this was just a demonstration, I will remove these for now. But basically that's how you go about this. So you're gonna work so much on these two: student billing and student payment and receipt. These are the two main things that you'll be working on mostly. Yeah, so when you come to reports, of course you can generate a report based on the category. Let's say you want a report on tuitions, registration, examination and the like. You'll be able to choose that report, and you can put all you want and all those criteria you want for this particular day to this particular day for this particular program and whatever. And you get that report, it will show, okay, maybe we can try it. Okay, we leave it there. Okay, maybe from there. I don't think it will generate. Yeah, it won't generate. But this just gives you an idea on how the report is done. You just get a report on how this the reports are doing in relation to the students and in relation to that whole process of the institution. But basically, as accountants, you'll be so much on student billing and student payment, and in some instance to the account statement. So you'll be able to look at the billboard and the like. So basically, that's how the finance tab will assist accountants to deal with the financial aspect of the institution and to monitor how the transactions are going. When you come to registration tab, of course, semester registration, you'll be able to see how many people have registered for that for a particular semester and whatnot. The student status, you'll be able to see the status of a particular student. Are they registered, in this particular whatever, in this intake? How is it for them and the like? So you'll be able to see how a student and this happens also because the student may come to the accounts and say I've paid, but the system is not showing that I've paid. I can't register, but I've paid. So this is how one way you could go about it. You can request for their computer number. Just you enter it there. You get the details, so you'll be able to see that this student indeed have paid and they're not just registered. So you can override that abnormally. But when you come to custom reports, it's the similar to the previous reports, but this one generates reports for the management, for the Senate, and the different departments that you may have as an organization. So basically in here, we are just talking about reports on registration and of course on students. And then the utility feature, this one just helps you to manage your account. You can update your login ID, you can change your name instead of accountant. Maybe your real name to be shown there. This is where you do it from, and you can change your password, and you have to update from there. But basically for accountants, this will be your main tab that you work with the most as a business process of the institution. Thank you for watching. See you next time.